so many different influences from, you know, all over the spectrum of underground and mainstream music. The Western pop of the 1980s or the darker British pop of the 1980s or rock bands like Guns N' Roses and Slayer.
I mean, you can put on a Cure album that was made 20 years ago or 15 years ago and still appreciate it as much as if it was made, you know, yesterday.
You know, bands, if you went back and you listen to, you know, like a band like Rudimentary Peni or the Angry Samoans, it's great. It's you still love it, and you still got that excitement, and you know, you listen to Black Flag, and it's just amazing. At the same time, you think, like Smith said to me the other day, is like, if a band came out today that sounded just like this, we wouldn't like them, would we? Well, no, we wouldn't like them because it's already been done, and it happened, and it was wonderful when it happened. But you know, now times have changed. So, but I think this album still really, really hold their place.
We've been pretty lucky. I think the bands that we appreciate most and the bands we appreciated most growing up were bands that, you know, allowed themselves to evolve and, you know, break new ground with each release. And so it's just something that we try to do.
We challenge people to be able to accept us. We're very lucky, in fact, that they like us for who we are, and they like us for, you know, the honesty and the emotion of our music, and can accept that we are just AFI, and you know, we don't fit any one genre, but that they're okay with that. We understand that, you know, that's exciting for people who appreciate us, perhaps on the same level that we appreciate other people, which is really still kind of hard for us to fathom, that we would, you know, have that someone talking to me would have the same excitement as me when I was talking to Ian Astbury.
Did you say to Ian Astbury, what was the first thing you said?
I said, I'm really sorry to bother you, but I just wanted to say that, you know, I've been playing music since I was 15 years old, and you're one of my favorite singers of all time, and you've been a huge inspiration on me, huge inspiration to me.
It's like, get out of here, kid.
Not at all. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
So for you to be able to draw on that part of, you know, the world and bring it through you,
yeah,
you know, is...
Well, I mean, that affects us. That affects us every day. That affects who I am as a person, and in turn, in fact, affects the words I write.
If you're bringing it through, you can't necessarily be the most fun at times, because you're into this experience. Is it a draining band to be in that respect?
It's more cathartic than it is draining. It's just more of a release than it is a weight on us. Because we have this band, and we're allowed to express that part of ourselves in a way that releases it in a way that's a positive way. And I think in our performances, we allow the audience to have that same sort of release.
I talk to a lot of bands who say they're not political, but I don't think you can be. I think something's going on in your city that makes you who you are.
Oh, okay.
You know, and there's, with all the stuff that's going around today in this world, in the last 10 years, a lot of material to draw from, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's not the happy place that some people pretend.
No, it's a very disgusting time. I mean, humanity is just degenerated slowly and actually quickly, and it's very obvious this time that people's values are really skewed, and I think people place a lot of importance on things that shouldn't be placed importance in, and there's, you know, people are following dogmas blindly, and it's resulting in a very, very, very destructive society. People could just respect one another, you know, and just a lack of selfishness, a sense of responsibility, and, you know, a sense of respect, just respect for each other's beliefs, and just as long as they're not infringing on your own personal happiness, then you shouldn't infringe on theirs.